Ay, Diyos ko. Kompleto na matanan ba? Sige na, lagyan na sa karon. Pa? Doon. Na. Okay. We're about to start 11th regular session of the 21st City Council is now called to order. Invocation by Honorable Councilor Moreno. Councilor Moreno Daba. Wala si Jing. Okay. Then followed by the singing Lupang Hinirang and the Cagayan de Oro March. Please rise.
Hello. Let us pray. Mighty God and loving Heavenly Father, we humble ourselves before you, asking for forgiveness of our sins. We acknowledge your sovereignty in each office that we hold for our dear city. And for that, we are grateful. We ask for wisdom and discernment. We serve our constituents to serve us to be ever selfless as we serve them through the various responsibilities and accountabilities you allow this council to have. In this we pray, in Jesus' name, amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyak ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisitin, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iinit, ang ituwin at
Please be seated. Mr. Secretary, please do the roll call.
Honorable City Vice Mayor Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, Presiding Officer. For the First District Councilors, Honorable Desiree Ann M. Dahino, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable Juancho R. Pascual, Honorable Agapito Heriberto G. Swan, Honorable George Christopher Q. Goking, Honorable Moreno Y. Daba IV, Honorable Alpi Ligaspi Sr., Honorable Amy Rose P. Moreno. For the Second District Councilors, Honorable Ivuna Yasini B. Imano, Honorable Maximo T. Rodriguez III, Honorable Paulo Nicolo Gaani, Honorable Joylen Mercedes El Balaba, Honorable Yanlam S. Lim, Honorable Enrico D. Salcedo, Honorable Hilda O. Gu on official business, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Marlo L. Tabak, Liga ng mga Barangay President, Honorable Kenneth John D. Sakala, City Escape Federation President, and Honorable Dato Roberto P. Cabaring, IPMR. There is quorum, Madam Presiding Officer.
Quorum is hereby certified. Maayong hapon, 21st City Council, mga honorables. Maayong hapon ka natong tanan. Those who are watching us right now, fellow Cagayanons, our friends from media, our visitors who are here today. And of course, our staff, Mr. Secretary, maayong hapon. And may I request that those who are standing with us during the singing of the Cagayan de Oro March, please sing. Nobody is exempted here. Once you are in this plenary session, then you have to sing. So you have to sing atong mga staff nga nasa kilid because I notice nga dili mo gapanganta. Then I request that next session, if you're within, you're inside, you have to sing, okay? Thank you very much. So, Honorable Majority Floor Leader, Attorney Edgar Cabanlas, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Our forever beautiful Vice Mayor, Bibot Rodriguez, members of the City Council, friends and visitors we have at the gallery, people of Cagayan de Oro who are watching us in their respective social media outlets. May hapon sa tanan. May hapon.
Maayong hapon.
Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous regular session of this council on September 15, 2025, and consider the furnishing copies thereof as reading itself.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second, objection. Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
On appearances, Madam Chair, we have visitors now. We invited some on, and one is Police Colonel Gerardo Ulanday, Acting City Director of Cagayan de Oro City Police Office. I think he was newly appointed as
Yes, he is the new city
of the
director.
Police Office, and he is here to have a courtesy call with the Vice Mayor and the members of the City Council. So I request, Madam Chair, that you recognize.
Yes. So we have to suspend the rules first?
Move for the suspension of the.
Yes, rules suspended. Second, Nibang Nakudaan. Okay, objection, none? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried. Okay, I would like to welcome our new city director, Colonel Gerardo Ulanday, who is the acting city director of Cagayan de Oro City Police Office. Mayong hapon, Colonel. And welcome to the plenary session of the 21st City Council.
Mayong hapon man and to the all members of the City Council. Mayong hapon po, sir, ma'am.
Ngayong hapon.
Yes, ma'am.
Probably you can say something, Director, your position, your background, and plans for the city, how to maintain our peace and order. So anything that you can say.
To the honorable members of the 21st City Council of the city, led by our Vice Mayor, Ma'am Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, ma'am. Councilor Roger G. Abaday, sir, of the Peace and Order Council, and all other members of the City Council. I am Police Colonel Gerardo D. Olanday, ma'am. I am from the province of Tarlac, in Kamiling, Tarlac. I am a member of the PNP class of 1993. My the former CPP happened to be my classmate, General Torre, Nicolas Torre. This is my second time as the assignment here in Kokpo. Way back, ma'am, in 2018, I was the DCDA at that time. Prior to that, ma'am, I was the Chief of Police of Cadiz City Police Station, ma'am, sir, in 2013 up to 2015. I was also the Deputy Chief of Police of Cabuyos Police Station way back in 2001. 2001, ma'am. And I was the officer in charge of the Alaminos Police Station, Laguna, way back in 2001 to 2000 to 2001. I was a UN police member, ma'am. I've been in 3 United Nations peacekeeping missions. One in UNIMISSION in Liberia in 2006 to 2007. UN peacekeeping mission in East Timor in 2007, ma'am, December up to 2019 of March. 2009 of March. And my last UN peacekeeping mission was in Haiti, ma'am. That was in 2015 of July up to 2016 of July, ma'am. I was also an instructor of the Philippine National Police Academy way back in 1997, ma'am, up to 2005. So I was also in my first assignment was actually in Region 1, ma'am, Region 1. I was the platoon leader and executive deputy company commander of the Second Regional Mobile Force Company. That was in 1993, ma'am, up to 1994. I was also the AD camp of the RD at that time after my stint in the RMF. I'm presently married, ma'am, and I have one son, small son, 4 years old. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Colonel. So is there any question?
I'm
May
going
presentation?
to
Okay.
present some of my our programs in Kokpo, having been assigned more than a week ago. Ma'am and sir, our goal as member of the Cagayan City Police Office, our main goal is to maintain that CDO, ma'am, is one of the safest city in the Philippines. That's our goal. The Skokpo, these are our plans and programs, ma'am, of the Kokpo Police. Please, ma'am, the Kokpo will continue to strengthen its commitment to peace and order, aimed at enhancing public safety, crime prevention, strengthening police community relations, and unified response to the call for a safer, secure, and proactive engagement where citizens of Cagayan de Oro feel protected and empowered. With that, the Cagayan de Oro City Police Office, under my leadership, ma'am, as the acting city director, will implement the following plans, programs, initiatives, and strategies to make the Cagayan de Oro City as one of the safest cities in this country. Next, please. Here are the following programs that we are going to initiate under our City Intelligence Unit. The first one is the increasing the number of BINs in every barangay. Second, establishment of Sitio Purok Intelligence Network for effective gathering of information and reliable validation. Third, capacitation of all BINs of Sitio Purok Intelligence Network informants through trainings, seminar to develop their knowledge, skills, and abilities to effective gathering of and dissemination of information. Fourth, provide support, healthcare insurance to all recruited informants in collaboration with the local chief executive, barangay, and city level. Fifth, regular conduct of security alliance meeting. Six, regular conduct of covert patrolling by all police stations based on the respective crime clock and crime trend. Seventh, deployment of covert personnel to all business establishments prone for robbery hold-up incident. And eighth, deployment of dedicated tracker teams from CHQ for the arrest of wanted persons and other wanted persons. Next slide, please. Under City Operations Unit, we will sustain police visibility through establishment of fixed visibility points, deployment of quick response teams, and motorized anti-street crimes operatives in crime-prone and strategic areas within the city for effective and swift police response. Second, sustain the implementation of the 3 to 5 minutes response strategy through strategic deployment of resources. Third, continue collaboration and coordination with other law enforcement agencies and counterpart from the AFP, Task Force Oro, including the local government units, with the support of the community for a more effective approach in addressing criminality and public safety concern. Fourth, implement the community and service-oriented policing system at the operational and tactical level to ensure a collaborative and coordinated effort in addressing criminality, public safety, concern, and effective delivery of basic services with the support and cooperation of the community and people. Fifth is to conduct regular patrolling with Oplan Bakalsita Oplan Rikisa to all suspicious individuals to prevent crime against person, particularly on murder and homicide, including robbery with the use of firearms. Six is to coordinate with the local government units and other government agencies for their appropriate intervention to address poverty or unemployment as the primary cause thievery. Seventh, monthly conduct of peace and order drive in selected barangay where criminality is high and illegal activities exist. And number 8 is to implement the double arrow approach in combating criminality and other public safety concern. To explain this double arrow approach, sir, ma'am, wala kasing drawing. The double arrow approach, ma'am, is our innovative approach wherein the police and the other government agencies, our LGU, will go together, ma'am, to combat illegal activities and those persons who have cases, meaning to say those who warrant of arrest. So we will collaborate each other for us to accomplish our mission and our goal to maintain that the CDO is one of the safest cities in the Philippines, ma'am. Our Chief Logistics and Research Development Unit follow up the requirements and facilitate for the realization of the standardization of Police Station 1, Police Station 2, Police Station 4, Police Station 5, Police Station 6, Police Station 7, and Police Station 8 building. And second, improve and renovate Cagayan de Oro City Police Office building and facilities. Ma'am, for the information of our council, ma'am, way back in 2018, we have an advisory council. Although at that time, they had presented good programs, but today is 2025 na, ma'am. And yet, there are some stations na talagang wala po sa standard po, ma'am, sir. I was glad na when few months ago, nakita ko po yung Police Station 8 doon po sa may taas po, ma'am. And before kasi, nung I was the Deputy Chief of Police, Deputy City Director, ma'am, yung station po niya is hindi po siya ganun na standard. Now, nakita na po natin, makikita nyo yung hindi pa nakapunta po sa ma'am doon, yung standard po na police station, yung po makikita sa Station 8. Na sana, yung mga stations na nandyan sa 4, ma'am, even dyan dito sa City Hall, which is the Station 1, Station 2, ma'am, dito sa Cogon, Station 3 sa Agora, magkaroon, at saka yung banging stations, ma'am, na improvement, magkaroon talaga ng sarili nilang bahay na talagang masasabi po natin na standard po, ma'am. Through, of course, through you, ma'am, and all the members of the council, especially Sir Abaday, na magkaroon talaga. Kasi wala naman, sa panahon ngayon, hindi na po standard. Hindi talaga po yung standard na station na nandyan po nakasingit po siya sa palengke. Wala po sa standard mo, ma'am, yan. Yung nakasingit sa palengke. Under City Community Affairs and Development Unit, one is to intensify information operation through TRIM, television, radio, mass media, to combat fake news, disseminate crime prevention tips and information to the public. 2, strengthen community engagement through dialogue, pulong-pulong, and stakeholder partnership through MOU or MOA signing. 3, mobilization of force multipliers in major events to ensure public safety and security. 4, empower the force multipliers through trainings and seminars. And 5, coordinate and collaborate with the LGUs for effective delivery of basic services to the people. Under the City Investigation and Detection Management Unit, we will conduct a biannual dialogue with the prosecutors, particularly in addressing the 8 focus crimes, which are the murder, homicide, robbery, theft, physical injuries, rape, carnapping, and motorcycle theft, and focus sustaining crime solution and clearance efficiency. And second, annual meeting and team building to all investigators of units, offices, stations to become more motivated, strengthen camaraderie, trust and communication, and stronger commitment to effective law enforcement. Under the City Information and Communications Technology Management Unit, we will transform COCPO into a reliable, secured, with fast ICT systems for an effective communication, delivery of police service, and administrative support. And lastly, transform the City Tactical Operations Center into a well-equipped facility capable for real-time monitoring on the ground. Ma'am, I know that without, of course, the support of our city mayor, and without your support and the members of the City Council of this city, mahirapan po kami, ma'am, na i-improve. Kasi kung yung existing facilities naman namin, kaya naman po, ma'am. But through your help, we will look forward, and of course, the Office of the City Mayor, our City Mayor, we will look forward na yung nabanggit ko po, ma'am, na goal namin. Magampanan po namin kung sa nangyari nga, ma'am, na short stint ng aking kaklase na dating si Chief Philippine National Police General Torre, sa totoo lang, ma'am, yung short stint niya na na minumungkahi ko po noon dito, ma'am, dito sa Region 10. At least nagawa po niya yung katulad po na nabuhay po yung 911, wherein we can call any member, any person can call 911 and the swift action. Noon, ma'am, na even here, noon, ma'am, noong 2018, may 911 na po dito, actually dito sa CDO na test ko rin po yan, ma'am. And then nagpasalamat na tayo, ma'am, na dumating na si General Torre, although hindi na po siya yung Chief PNP ngayon, na nabuhay po niya yung 911 and yung pong welfare po ng ating kapulisan, which is the 8 city, 8 hours duty shift, ma'am. Malaking bagay po yan, ma'am, kasi that's actually, ma'am, the international standard of duty na hindi po nagawa noon na ginagawa na po ngayon, ma'am. With all this, ma'am, maraming pong salamat and we will look forward, ma'am, sa tulong niyo po. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Colonel Gerardo Olanday. You may remain, sir. Probably some of the councilors will have any questions. You can raise your hand. Yes, Councilor Roger Abaday, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Jocelyn Bebot Rodriguez, my esteemed colleagues in the 21st City Council, and our guest, Colonel Olanday. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks and gratitude in behalf of the City Mayor and this Council for, as the head agency who led the force or the team during the trillion march of protest on nationwide. Kokpo, Colonel Olanday was designated as the head agency to look out into the peace and order situation during that last Sunday, and it was very peaceful and orderly. And the proper time, I am passing a resolution commending Kokpo and Task Force Oro and all other law enforcement agencies that participated during that day, and in the past. Now, thank you very much, Colonel. Your plan that you're making Cagayan de Oro as the cheapest city in the country. Now, you've presented already what are your plans or what are your strategy. Now, during your stint incumbency as a 1 week pa man lang kapin ba? Now, how do you rate how modern is Kokpo in your own rating now? Because you have mentioned some substandard and some. How do you rate how modern is Kokpo as of today?
Okay. Yes, you may answer, Colonel Olanday.
In terms of crime suppression, crime detection, and detection of crimes and criminals.
Sa police action, police performance, sir, 95, sir. But when it comes to facilities, 75 to 80 po.
Magkano?
Yung facilities
Kulang.
na building,
Yung
build facilities, sir, 70 passing naman po, sir, 75 to 80.
So maraming kakulangon.
Wala pa. For example, what
Pag makita nyo po, ma'am, yung only our main headquarters, and yung sabi ko nga po, ma'am, yung Station 8, yun po yung
Ano yung Station 8?
Lumbia po, ma'am.
Okay. Yun ang pinaka standard na
Yes, ma'am.
police station.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And we look forward through your help,
But
ma'am.
what makes it standard for a police station?
Ma'am, yung kasing leadership po ng Philippine National Police, mayroon po siyang design na building, ma'am, na once na the lot or the space intended for the station is ang nagmamayari na po niyan is government and i-donate po sa PNP under ng Police Regional Office 10, ma'am, mayroong mga requirements na para ma-meet mo na magtayo po ng building, ma'am. Kaya po yung nakita ko po noon, ma'am, ng 2018 when I was the Deputy City Director here for administration, today is 2025 na po, ma'am. Kaya sir, we hope na matutulungan niyo po kami, ma'am, sir.
Can I ask another
Yeah,
question?
last,
Now, meaning to say, you're rating your Kokpo standard 75, meaning what you need. You lack forensic sciences technology. You lack professional trained police, or
No, I'm referring to
what are needed in order to raise the ratio of standard in your.
I'm referring to our present buildings of some stations, sir, because
See,
it's not sa panahon po today this is a city, sir, and if you go to Centrio, if you go to SM, and you go to the station of Cogon, the station of Agora, or station of Carmen, police stations, compared to the business establishments, and hindi po siya hindi siya mag-correspond, sir, sa sa mga standards na nandyan ngayon, sir, sa mga station. I'm not tawag nito, sir, yung talagang magara, but yung talagang masasabi mo na may dignity yung police, mga
okay.
police. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Okay,
understand.
ma'am,
I understand.
Vice, one question lang. One
Last na to. Di ba last na yon?
additional lang. Just one question. Just for a
Okay.
suggestion for the.
One last.
Okay. One of the one of the criteria that the police, modern police department is, he has that equipped with data analysis and crime mapping. Do you have that in your office now?
Yung tanong ni ano yung
Sir, if I may, sir, Lieutenant Colonel Daing, sir, the
Okay, please.
Deputy City Director for Operations, sir. With regards to your question, sir, actually, sir, Cagayan de Oro City Police Officer is very much effective in terms of crime solution efficiency, crime clearance efficiency. It's because, sir, we have tools, sir, nga gigamit na mo, sir. Like, for example, kaniya to ang SIRA, sir. So, ma-generate na to ang data dia, sir. Kung unsa nga mga krimen ang prevalent sa ato ang EOR, and of course, with that, maka-generate po ta og appropriate intervention para ma-address nato na siya, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's all. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Janjan Rodriguez, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mayong hapon sa atong 21st City Council. Of course, I want to congratulate personally our City Director, Gerardo Olanday. Madam Chair, I would just like to make a point for additional information to our City Director. Back in 2018, when I was still punong barangay in Barangay Nazareth, we gathered funds, from Congressman Maxi and from Congressman Rufus. They allotted around 4 million of that standard building in PS9. PS9, Police Station 9, originally was located in Makasandig, but when I won 2018, I transferred the PS9 from Makasandig to Nazareth. If I may ask, have you visited the PS9, City Director?
Yes, sir.
PS9 is in Barangay Nazareth.
Yes, sir. But again, sir, when it comes to the design of the building, mayroon pong kasing sinusunod po ang Philippine National Police. I think hindi siya nag-correspond dun sa design ng
Okay, copy, Director.
Ano ba?
Yes, sir, in addition, in support of our City Director, sir, sakto yung statement ni CD, sir, na wala siya sa specific na kwan sa PNP, but very conducive na ikayo yung kwan, sir, na building, sir, for us, sir.
Yeah.
So, we are very thankful of that, sir. At least, nagkaroon ng very conducive building ang ato ang PNP sa PS9. Even though nga wala siya nakapalo sa design gid work bali sa PNP. But
Yes.
we are very thankful for that, sir.
Yes, okay. If I remember it right, marami talagang designs, no? Yung standard. It should have stand-alone, at least 2-story, 2-3-story, tapos naka-blue talaga yon. Kasi pinag-aralan namin yun before, together with our PS9 na mga naka-destino doon. Anyway, Madam Chair, from the 4 million, thankful tayo because nakapondo na rin ngayon. Kung if you may visit the PS9, nasa 15 million na yon ngayon. 2-story building sa likod ng Barangay Nazaret. But yun nga, sabi nga niya, siguro hindi naka-standard because kasama po doon yung BFP, Bureau of Fire Protection. Nonetheless, yes, we will look into it, and I urge our good gentleman from Kauswagan, Councilor Abaday, Eric Abaday naman noon, patag, Councilor Roger Abaday, to first look into our PS1, Madam Chair. Kay makita ninyo, grabe yun ang traffic, pati ang mga tao, masyadong hindi siya conducive, no? Kahit magkukuha ka lang ng police clearance, ang hirap talaga. No, so and then you mentioned earlier, City Director, ang yung natin, yung PS2 sa Kogod inside the market. So yes, usually we ask the city mayor, our city government kung may lote sila for the buildings. And then may mga congressman naman tayo, pwede din sila mag-request sa national PNP na headquarters para sa funding. So it should be coming from the city government, Madam Chair, for the kaning yuta kung na-open para Pero PS1, unahon na to, Madam Chair, kung pwede, Councilor Roger. Salamat and good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Yes, we noticed that inside the Kogon, which is already out of the standard building, no, and the rest of the station, na-notice na to, nga mura na gyud siya, not anymore, dili man na ingon nga gwapo, but not anymore, what you call this, an accommodating office. In fact, ang nabutang siya sa lugar nga, dili na gyud strategic. Sulod sa merkado, wala na gyud. Diba? So somehow, because we need a lot for the construction of the police building. That way, you can probably look for a lot and then we request the national to build a police station in certain areas. Colonel. Yes, who raised her hand? Si ano mo na? Si Councilor Amy Moreno first. Ladies first.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mayong hapon. And first and foremost, congratulations, sir. I would just like to ask, I think you had mentioned na you rate the crime rate in Cagayan, the performance of Kokpo as 95. Am I correct?
Personnel, when it comes to performance, ma'am.
To the performance of the personnel. I would like to ask, when it comes to crime prevention, Madam Chair, it really takes the whole community to help the police force, no? But when it comes to solving crimes, we leave it all to the police. And I say this because ako mismo am a victim. Last year, Madam Chair, in my own bedroom, gisudlan ko sa kawatan while I was asleep. And it was left unsolved. My God, at least by God's grace, walay gikuha except cash. My cell phone was on my bedside. My everything else was there. My jewelry. Gikuha lang yung kwarta sa akong bag, sa sulod sa akong bag. And I was following up on this issue, and it was never resolved. Now, I would just like to ask, maybe this is perhaps one of many cases, or maybe this can be an isolated case, pero I just want to know if solving crimes is a priority. What are your steps in solving issues such as this? And what are your plans, sir?
Ma'am, in behalf of our city director, mga baguhan po siya diri. With regards to crime solution, ma'am, actually, ma'am, we are the primary office responsible with regards to crime solution. But of course, we need the support and cooperation of the community by timely information, providing feedback, uh, uh, information that would lead to the arrest, location of the suspect. So, yun ang ano namin, and with that, nakikita natin sa presentation ni City Director na pinaigting namin yung Barangay Intelligence Network. And mag-establish kami ng sitio or Purok Intelligence Network to strengthen our intelligence gathering, information gathering sa pinakasulod sa ato ang mga barangay. Like for example, kung may mga robbery incident or whatever crimes perpetrated with the use of firearms or whatever, of course, through that, kung ma-establish na namin yan, isa lang, text blast lang sa ato ang station commander to their recruited informants sa mga sityo sa barangay, isang text blast lang yan, of course, mamonitor o makuha natin kung saan isulod ang mga suspect. So that would lead to the solution of that particular crime.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Des Dahino, you have the floor.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Dagdag po
Colonel.
kayo sa sagot po ng deputy ko po, ma'am. Ma'am, yung pong, ito kayong binuhay po ni classmate, former Chief PNP Torre, ma'am, yung 911. Malaki, ma'am. 911, ang PNP and the leadership of the DILG, ano po, ma'am, hopefully, all those cases hindi na po mangyari, hindi na po maulit, ma'am.
So one dial of 911, your cell phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So it will go directly to the station.
Yes.
What station? Any station?
Ma'am, ang ano natin, ma'am, pag once we dial 911, automatic ma-receive yan sa PCC natin, ma'am. And the PCC will direct immediately to station concerned. Yan ang ano natin, ma'am.
What station usually responds to this 911?
Depende, ma'am, sa kung asa
Okay.
netabo ang
Everybody's
crime
already
incident.
hooked up? With all stations already hooked up to 911?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I will try dialing, okay? So how long had been this 911? Wala ko kebaluan in fact. Dugay na?
Actually, ma'am, bago pa na siya, ma'am. Time ni General Torre, iya lang gi-strengthen. Then, with that, yapon gi-suportahan sa iya ang 3 to 5 minutes response time.
3 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes response time.
Yes, any question ko pa ni Dial? Follow up? No, Councilor Des Dahino, yes. Di man mo ring.
Okay, maayong hapon sa tanan. Thank you, Madam Chair. Sir Gerardo Landay, maayong hapon, sir. I would just like to ask, because I saw your presentation about the fake news. I saw it in passing. So in some countries, law enforcement agencies are already equipped with systems that allow them to quickly detect and trace misinformation. In this time of artificial intelligence or AI, uso na kay gani na sa social media, no? When manipulated content can easily circulate and even use children's photos. Children's photos can be stolen or even manipulated or can be even posted in some pornographic online platform. So may we know that what specific measures, technologies or partnerships the Cagayan de Oro City Police Office intends to adopt or
Yes,
strengthen
just
to
checking.
ensure
Thank you very much.
such threats, including misinformation, online exploitation?
So, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
Quick yun yung response.
Ah.
Pag dial na, 911, anything I can help? Okay, ko ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm just checking. Ako ang
That's
gibutang.
nice.
So that is a
Congratulations,
very
sir.
quick response. So that is what you will do, even at the middle of the night or early dawn, you know? Okay, thank you very much. Just proceed.
Yes, sir. So, is there any a partnership or technology that we can combat that, especially when using the artificial intelligence now, that it's very scary na our children are at stake, labi na parents are posting their children online and then dali ra kay makawat. So, what are the measures, sir?
Yes, ma'am. With regards to that, ma'am, no, sa mo sa PNP, ma'am, we have the anti-cybercrime unit or cybercrime group. Primarily, sila ang in charge with regards to monitoring on cybercrimes, especially mga inana nga mga incident. So sila ang natay ginatawag og cyber patrollers. So sila ang ga-monitor, ga-check kung unsa nang mga information nga nagkatap sa social media, then i-found nga kuan, so sila ra pod ang mo address. But sa ato diri sa Cagayan de Oro City, ma'am, ang amo ra gid na kuan, ma'am, is to monitor gyapon sa social media nato. Of course, kung naay mga incident or mga information involving even our personnel, of course, ang among ginabuhat ana is gina double check gina muna, gina check sa amo ang mga personnel in charge, especially sa atong community affairs development unit, kung tinuod ba gina by starting investigation sa anang profile sa kuan, dayon of course conducting actual investigation sa scene. So mapita tong sa ano na bitaw, ma'am, nga nagkwanto nga na mga kidnapping,
Yeah.
pangkuan. Pero if through our investigation, pag-conduct og kuan sa social media, then of course actual investigation sa ground, nakita gyud nato nga fake news gito siya. So with that, kung makuha na gid nga fake news, kami po sa among Community Affairs Development Unit, magpagawas po miya nag-statement po sa social media para ma-counter po nato, makuha nato nga ang publiko dili maalarma. So muna siya nga mo ang measure nga ginagawan, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, a follow-up question? Yes, Councilor Aimee and Councilor Chris Goking.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Actually, in relation to 911, the crime happened while I was asleep.
Oh,
So
that's why.
I went on with my day. Pag-abot
What
na
time
ako,
was it? Is it?
siguro it happened while I was asleep, Madam Chair.
Yeah,
I
early
found
morning?
out the next day. Hapon na when I took out my wallet and realized I had no money left in my wallet. So my bag is
where
intact.
did this kwan?
And then when I
Asa man
went
ni
home,
Agi?
sa akong banyo,
Okay.
my window was open. That's when I realized. So anyway, it has been left unresolved, Madam
Yeah.
Chair. So there was no chance I could have called 911. But the police, went to my residence right away when I reported the crime. However, in solving the crime, zero, Madam Chair. In
Yeah.
fact, I was asked if I wanted to pick randomly a suspect and put them behind bars. So I believe you, sir, when you say that you want to make Cagayan de Oro the safest city in Cagayan de Oro. And kami, we will support you on that. And I just hope that we can be able to prove to the people, to everyone, that can happen. That crimes will be solved regardless of where the crime had happened, of whether it happened to high profile, whether it is a high profile case or not, sir. So I just hope, Madam Chair, that the police, the COCPO, will focus on solving crimes in the city. Thank
Okay,
you, Madam.
thank you very much. Yes, Councilor, yes, please.
I mean, ma'am, we are very sorry for that, ma'am, no, nga until na wala na kuan imong kuan. Amo pong gi-emphasize po sa amo ang kuan, ma'am, sa mo ang sa plans and programs ni City Director ang support sa community and even sa business sector. Kay sa mga kuan man gud, ma'am, actually sa ato diri sa Cagayan de Oro is daghan gid kayo na mga incidents nga dili pa nato masulbad it because kay wala tay suporta nga mga evidence, like for example CCTV cameras kana bitaw, ma'am. So usa gid sa amo ang concern ang pagkuan gid nato pag mandatory gid sa kanang CCTV camera sa mga business establishment, kay through CCTV camera dako igigtabang mga masulbad nato ang mga incidents. So siguro it's so happen lang kay kagawad na sa ilang balay then wala siguro na capture sa CCTV. So medyo malisdan kita og pag-solve ana. So ang amo lang i-kuan pod namo na basin pod og through this council matabangan mi sa PNP kay usagid kay na sa dakong tabang gyud sa PNP ang kaning pag sulbad sa krimen ang atuang mga CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Councilor Chris Goking.
Hey, mayabon sa tanan. Gusto na ko i-express akong support sa PNP, Colonel Olanday and Colonel Daing. Bago ra namon ni gihiskutan sa City Council nga secretary nga we were in the works of identifying and producing specifications for CCTV nga atong ma-attach sa local ordinance para sa CCTV. Kay ako mismo, just like City Councilor Amy, nasudlan na pud among balay last election. Unya na pud akong misisito. The clueless may kinsa ni sulod asa ni paingon kay wala may mga CCTV sa palibot. If ever na magani, mga pa sila court order para magamit. And then other than that, nabiktima na pud ko armed hold-up sa unang KSY. So these things bitaw in the mindset sa mga criminals kay they can get away with it, so why not just do it? So akong gusto ta ipagawa sa inyo karon along with the other committees nga we're in the works right now to come up with a proposed date pa gyud sa schedule kung kano sa nato ni mahisgutan ang proposed ordinance for siguro revisiting kanang existing nato nga CCTV ordinance or Turks nga atong pag-uuhon according to the recommended specifications gikan po sa inyong office sa PNP. So that's one thing we're waiting for. I'd like to make 2 more manifestations from topics kanina. Number 1, next is the 911. Kay na ako'y parente, not my parente sa akong misis nga na-stroke. So nagtawag siya sa 911, na nagtubag. Ang problema kay na-stroke siya, di siya katubag. So gina-interview siya sa 911, hello, ibutang. So nitawag siya balik, di siya kastorya, kikistroke. One thing I wanted to point out, in the US, if ever matawag ka sa 911, if you don't respond within a given amount of time, according to your location sa GPS or sa magani, the 911 will go straight to your location, which is something wala sa ato. I was talking off the record with Councilor Abaday if we can have a separate meeting discussing that specific aspect of 911 and response. Kung pwede ba, in the absence of being able to verbally react, pwede ba maatuan ang nagtawag kay basin simba ko lang narunggaban or gituok or unsa ba dili makatubag. So maybe that's something we can revisit. Number 3, we're talking about the dignity of infrastructure sa mga PNP nato nga mga police stations compared to business establishments. Aside from kaning mga structures nato regarding them being presentable o pa-dignify lagi sa atong mga policemen, not so long ago katong nasudlan mi last election, ni-report ko sa Carmen nga police station sa Mercado. One thing I noticed kay kami sa akong wife, we're sport shooters man, we're competing sa PPSA, and then we're very particular with safety ng mga equipment. And what we noticed at the police Carmen station, ang uban nga mga policemen don't have secure or standard nga mga holsters which can be forcefully taken from them if they're on the field. One thing with ato na notice kita tanan, not just kami mga legislators, there's a visibly prevalent increase in mga negative elements either under the influence of illegal substance or kanang mga dautan lang gyud nga dili taga diri. So if we can siguro look into restoring or replacing mga substandard or mga faulty equipment of our policemen aside from the infrastructure, kay we want our footmen gyapon to be confident in their equipment. Kay ang uban pod uban diri kung nakabantay mo sa uban mga pulis, ang ilang pusil mismo kay more kagang na. So if this is something that we can do aside from fixing the infrastructure, maybe we can also fix their gear and equipment. So actually
Tinuod na nga kagang-kagang.
natay makita ni nga na Vice Mayor katong kani ako mismo when I wanted to file a police report, nakitaan gyud na ako nga
Wala maintenance na ng pusil.
I don't know if maintenance ba na siya Vice Mayor o ila pa ng personal unit. Kanapit ang makita nimo City Director nga ang handle sa ilang pistol kay gibutangan nag duct tape kay mura mag ano ba questionable, and then
Itaya na.
I can't get into the specific details, but maybe this is something that our new City Director can look into, mga existing gear and equipments na we can restore or replace, not just for the police but also for the people around
the police
Okay.
nga madamay kung naay maghublot magani unsa magani. Wa siya, daghang salamat.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes. Ato. Di na ko gusto ikuan. Yes.
That was Carmen Market nga police station.
Carmen Market.
This was right before the filing sa last election, so 2024.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much. Yes, any more questions? Yes, Councilor Roger Baday? Make it
One last
fast.
question. Clarify ko lang ang pronouncement ni Colonel Olanday. No? Sir, you said that ang atong mga police stations are substandard and are not supposed to be put in diya sa mga, like for example, sa malls or merkado, di ba? I think so. Station 1 is in the public market, Kogon. Station 4 na agyapon sa merkado sa Carmen. Ang ato sang sa Bulwa is located just beside the road. So, do you think that is desirable or is not conducive for that purpose? Is not conducive? Ikaw ra ang naka-detect, ikaw ra naka-observe nga ako nadunggan ako karon nga that is not supposed to be placed there.
Actually, yung existing sir ngayon, pwede lang din sir na maglagyan din ng police dyan sir. But sa mother office niya dapat magkaroon talaga ng mother office.
Separate.
Oh, sir.
Separate from
na standard
building.
Oh, yeah,
Building.
there should be a separate building na talagang standard.
So this should be removed.
Pwedeng not necessarily ma-move siya sir. Ma-maintain lang ng konting tao lang sir doon, and we have the modern na talaga na station. Modern.
So you're recommending for a separate station building for the station,
Yes,
police station.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
So you put that on a recommendation and you look for an area, this conducive area for the police station. For example, the crime lab is asking the city an area that they have to put up their building, and they have identified dito sa lugar ni Councilor Tabak no katong relocation ba na ba no? So that is the same that you will do also. You identify an area, I recommend, so that the city might have to assess your plan.
Yes sir, for the information of everybody sir, ma'am.
So that the city council will recommend to the city mayor as to your plan.
Yes sir, thank you sir. For the information of everybody ma'am, under the present policy of the Philippine National Police ma'am, once there is a available lot intended or donated lot intended for the PNP per station, the Philippine National Police can subsidize can fund such a building ma'am, as long as there should be a lot. The Philippine National Police, kasi ma'am, di ba ma'am, mayroon po tayong yearly budget sir, ma'am. So once na mayroon pong donated lot na intended for the Philippine National Police, kasi syempre ma'am, malaking bagay yan, the Philippine National Police will fund that. Do we have a fund for that ma'am? Sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir.
I know. There's a problem of this lot owned by the government. So probably wala kita. And we're just renting place. Yes, Councilor Janjan Rodriguez.
Madam Chair, usually pwede po sa barangay. Any barangay owned na lote na bakante, and of course from the city government na from there, pag mag-donate na gani na to the pwede na mapagitaan ng budget no from the PNP, from the national. A year usually, 1 year lang, mabilis lang yan basta may available na lote lang. Yun lang talaga yung crucial, yung lote lang, no? Pag may lote na, mabilis na lang yung pondo kasi they have their own pondo. And then of course, we have our working congressman naman. So, mabilis lang ang pag-procure.
So lote lang talaga.
Lote lang talaga from the city government or the barangay as well,
Yeah.
Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. So there's no more questions. We'd like to congratulate our new city director, Colonel Gerardo Olanday. Congratulations to you, Colonel.
Thanks so much, ma'am.
If there's any problem, our office, the mayor's office, always open to accommodate any of your problems in the city.
Thank you so much.
And good luck
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Sure, sure, sure. Sure, thank you, sir.
Okay, so let us proceed. Session
Let's proceed,
resumed.
session. We have another visitor, Madam Chair, Doktora Rachel
Rachel
Delia. Ato siyang ipatagag panahon pag
Yes. Are we assuming or we have to ano? Continuous ra.
continue
Okay, okay. So thank you very much. Yes, we have our visitor right now, Dr. Rachel Delia from the City Health Office. Thank you very much, Dr. Delia, for answering my call and for being here today to explain to the public what happened. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good
Madam Chair.
afternoon.
Good afternoon sa tanan members sa City Council. May hapon sa tanan. Yeah, for how many days karon no ang Cagayan de Oro medyo na problema. There really is an increase of the real cases, and we as of the moment, as of yesterday, we have about 120 admissions in the hospital.
JR Borja?
No. For the rest of the hospitals.
Okay.
Katong mga nine ka-hospitals. And also, however, sa Cagayan de Oro, we have about 101, and we made a line list already sa ani. And for those kanang outpatient, by the way, kani siya nga data way labot ang NMMC ani ha. So it could have been higher.
Higher.
Oh yeah. And then even for the OPD, wala pa labot ang NMMC. We had already about 134 the real cases that went to OPD. Our health centers also have seen about 45 to 50 cases dinha sa atong mga health centers. So it seems na medyo na burag in the hospital we conducted investigation sa mga inpatients. We also conducted sampling sa mga establishments. And just this morning we made samplings this afternoon 4:00. Kay ikaduha raman ang sampling amo ipadala sa RITM. It has to be taken 4:00 in the morning or 4:00 in the afternoon. So we chose the 4:00 in the afternoon kay sarado pa man ato mga establishments 4 a.m. So this 4:00 we will get a specimen from mga establishment and even for the COWD. Okay, so in those that has been interviewed, it seems that there is a history of eating in some establishments. Okay. And however, there are also cases nga wala gid siya history nga nagkaon siya sa gawas. Although kanang mas lesser sila and also more on the highlands. So we thought that it could just be the way they kanang gather their water, no? Kay wala man kayo level 3 nga water resources that they could tap. So pero those that majority or daghan jud nga mga kaso dunay history of kanang nangaon sa gawas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
let's make it clear, hi. This is about LBM.
yeah, sa
The
LBM
cases of
technician,
LBM,
sa LBM
okay.
siya. So kuan siya, LBM could be associated with vomiting, ang uban nag-fever. Okay. Even sa akong mga siblings, I had 3 siblings. Nangaon gyapon ato nga mga establishments. Abi man lang kung dili kuan kung kay wala man mo nang uban-uban so mo na then nangayo sila og kuan sige lang pa kalibang lang din na kay anyway just kanang fluids the following day magluya na gyud sila so I started with medications that it's reason sila na ulian kay salamat sa Ginoo so we went to these establishments and coordinated with them and look at their water supply the water supply came from COWD pero they have a reservoir. And then from the reservoir, the rest of the establishments, dito sila nagkuha. And one of the mga establishments nga amo sa gi-check, medyo hugaw sad ang water, no? Side, there was one time that naay ka ng galihok nga
Murag tawa-tawa.
Abi na mo waya-waya. Abi na mo waya-waya. Pero Fred, unya bura siya miniature nga aliwati. O pero kag may jud kay tanan siya, bura siya abi na wag waya-waya, pero bura siya og kanang kuan. So even that establishment gikuan gid niya, wala nila gigamit na. So and then so therefore kani siya nga establishments o mga establishments we already help them in kanang maintaining sa ilang mga water nga unsa ni karon nag-start na sila karon og kanang disinfection sa ilang mga reservoir and nagkuha mi example no kanang hugaw gid kasi ng ilang tubig gikan sa reservoir and then to think nga ila kunong gilimpyuhan agtong September 17 which is bago-bago pa or then another in September 21 pero and yet medyo dili kaayo limpyo and I asked kung how frequent ba mapuno to siyang reservoir and then magamit sa tanan so almost every day siya mag-ingon ana nga bura og from the COWD paingon silang reservoir and the rest of the establishments so therefore kanang medyo kuan ginato na and sa ligid mismo naningkamot gyud na malimpyuhan gyud sila wala pa naggawas ang atong sample no because ang DOH na mo gid among gipadad-an na and even this morning dito sa tanangguha sa COWD nga kanabitang pipelines nga dinadapit sa mga establishments kay it seems murag isa ra sila murag ana ra sila
Sa
trips
sorry, sa downtown? Wala
Oo,
uptown,
wala
sa downtown. Okay.
wala tay kaso sa uptown and then ang atong kaso na anon ta pero although dili magid it's sa akong hunahuna lugar mga sa bukid naman good like sa Mambuaya kanang sa dito na bitaw nga unsa ni although naatay ko ang daghang tag kaso sa Lumbia pero kaning Lumbia nga mga kaso nakaagto og mga establishments nga naa sa ubos
So mostly establishments sa ubos
yes
yun.
so kanang we have just received kanang mga materials that we will be conducting kanang examination uses tools for those na confined. So kay I think karon nag-abot ang kuan from RITM. So we will be starting collecting samples from those who have been kanang hospitalized para sa ipadala sa RITM really specific unsa gyud siya nga causative nga kanang agents that cause the diarrhea nga atong na-experience.
So is still patients still coming in or admitted? No more.
Dili na kay pura og ang tanan na aware and then nga kuan and then they're now careful with the water.
They're asking for bottled water na.
Yeah, we are asking for the bottled water at the same time so ato sang mga advocacy that if you go out then just bring your own water na lang kung sure ka nga sa imong balay okay ka naman so just bring your kanang water with you kung asa ka paingon bro yun ana lang.
Yeah, because I was also a victim last Thursday.
Lugi.
Thursday and Friday I have to call the the CDRMO sa ubos. I don't feel so good. So that was it. Then I rested for the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Pero mo gyapon, I ate outside. After the award, di kaon ko. Then pagkaugma, pusot-pusot na.
Yeah.
Oo.
And then
Yes.
we also would like, kay karon studihan naman sa ato epidemiology, ang mga kaso sa mga diarrhea and correlating it with kanabitang announced nga maintenance activity sa water district kay ma-lower bito ang pressure. So atong start ta karon, ma-correlate ba nato ang diarrhea with that during kana sa ilang maintenance nga unsa ni. As of now because we advise na limpyuhan jud gitudloan sila unsaon paglimpyo ang ilang reservoir nya ikuan lang ba ihurot kay it would take 10 hours daw mapuno. So sige inon lang ang mga establishment nga ipag-agasa lang kay gi-chlorinate na nato ang tanan nga unsa ni nga ilang area. And then karon nag-start na sila didto. So
All
hopefully
establishments sa downtown? How about the rest of the establishment? Katong mga gagmay?
wala masad kaayo goy. We took samples. We took samples sa katong mga areas. Actually, because there is a case naikaso sa Gaisano, naikaso a little sa dinha sa Centrio. But we were thinking, how about if they went to this particular establishment and then they went to Gaisano, murag na inana lang ba? So, pero we still made samples from these establishments. And then, yeah, wala pa karon pang 4 o'clock magawa siguro ang results sa yesterday nga among ipadala. And this time also from the several points katong murag daw strips lang sa COWD.
Any questions? Yes, Councilor Eric Salcedo, you have the floor.
Takan. Chairperson.
Daghang salamat, Madam Chair. Query lang ko, Madam Chair. Kung nag-sample ra ba sila sa isa lang ka establishment, only ba sa
Daghan.
downtown, tanan?
Oh.
Kadua, Madam Chair, kung how often lugar ang pag-inspection ang atong mga sanitary inspector sa mga business establishment?
Yeah, they randomly conduct they randomly conduct water sampling. Part magina sila sa ilang license.
How often, Doc, Madam Chair?
For the refilling station monthly na siya. And then sa mga establishment food establishment wala, random lang na sila.
Mas may manggod na regular inspection, Madam Chair, kay ang ako observation, Madam Chair, ay arata mag-sampling kung nanay kay tabo.
Yeah.
Mas mayo, Madam Chair, nga nagi-regular sampling para at least ma-prevent na to ang mga pangitabo sama pananalitan karon, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Correct. That's very good.
Yeah.
Because if you only random, then they will not do their part in cleaning. Kay random naman. Unya, how about pila na ka months? Wala pang mangyapon. So they will not clean what should be clean, di ba? So any more questions? Yes, Councilor Amy Moreno.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a follow-up question regarding the water sampling. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if the samples are brought to our ITM.
Dili.
We have our own.
Dili. Oh, diyan lang sa DOH. Daghan sa ta mga lab dinhi.
Madam Chair, may I ask if our own water sampling facilities na sa roof deck, is it functioning or it is not?
Dili na siya sa mga chemicals sa sana siya. Sa kanang microbio, dili po.
Different to siya. So for services such as water sampling, we hire
Microbio.
nag-outsource ta.
Oh, ang mga tag-iya sila ang magkuan sa mga laboratories.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. Any more questions? So I would like also that if there's any cases like this, there should already be what you call advisory. We cannot just leave it that way.
Yeah.
Kay is not only nga kita pangutanan and the rest are questioning why there is no advisory. Before anything, any results, any possible no nga gakahitabo na nagidunda ta. There should be already a statement coming from your end or from the mayor para dili na mapuno ang Facebook sa birada. Kay in me, I do not even know what's happening. That's why I called you this morning to make it clear to everybody nga we're doing something. It's not because we're sitting, but then we're doing something. But then we cannot wait for the result. Ang akong point is kung may tabo na on that day, then you have to go out to the media and then explain and then inform the people that we're doing something about it.
Yes.
Rather than just us being quiet kay wa magin kalibutan. In fact, me wala ko'y kalibutan nga daghan na po di ay nag-LBM. So that way, Dr. Dilia, it's our way of informing the constituents even before the result comes out nga nanagid tayo advisory coming from your end.
Yeah, that's well noted. But of course we made also our release statement also sa Facebook. Pero maybe dili
Yeah,
kayo-
probably radio is the most, I think, because most of these people, labi ng LBM, murag common kayo nga sakit. Common kayo. That way, so radio, then hearing coming from you is very, is different kan social media ra. Kay, of course, karon sa media, na kay fake news, coming from your voice is murag authentic. Sakto nga rason, sakto ang gihimo, sakto nga plano. Oh, so that is what our people needs, Dr. Rachel.
Yes.
And I would like, wala na ba questions na to? Wala na ta. So, here on, Councilor Pao, magpa-interview siguro ka so that lagi sa station so, to inform the public, no? Nga, we are doing something about it. Okay? So, thank you very much, Dr. Rachel. Now we know that we're on the process of testing these waters and how we will be able to avoid in this kind of situation in the future.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Rachel Dilia. May hapon.
Move to let the suspension of the rules.
Okay, session resume.
We proceed to our business of the day, Chair. Item 1, proposed resolution number 2025-43, declaring as operative in its entirety, effective on the date fixed therein. Ordinance number 1, series of 2025, of Barangay Council of Barangay Balubal, the city, covering its annual budget for CY 2025 with an estimated income of 11,610,761 pesos. May I request Councilor Yan Lam Lim, Tabak, Councilor Marlon Tabak.
Councilor Marlon Tabak, you have the floor. Marlon.
Madam Chair and the rest of the member of the City Council, I move to approve proposed resolution number 2025-43.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second. Objection. Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 2, proposed resolution number 2025-44, adopting the order of the Committee on Ethics and Blue Ribbon on BR case number 21-2025-01, entitled Dr. Siegfried Padua, complainant versus Honorable Spencer L. Kailing, Punong Barangay o Barangay Bugo, for violation of Republic Act 6713, Section 4A and C, Section 5A, dismissing the said case for failure to prosecute due to the complainant's demise. May I request Councilor Roger Abaday be recognized.
Councilor Roger Abaday, you recognize.
Thank you very much, Majority Floor, Madam Chair. I move that the proposed resolution number 2025-44 be approved.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second and final reading.
Second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
For inclusion, Madam Chair, may I move to include in this, into this session, item number 3. Proposed ordinance number 2025-64.
Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday, yes?
My proposed inclusion, Madam Chair, is a resolution extending thanks and appreciation or commendation to Kokpo and Task Force Oro and other law enforcement agencies for peaceful and orderly preparations during the Trillion March or nationwide rally, which was held here in Cagayan de Oro and other places.
Okay.
If that is
Okay,
amenable by the...
thank you very much, Councilor Roger Abaday, for inclusion. So, any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item number 3. Proposed ordinance number 2025-64, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Rolando A. Uy, representing the City Government of Cagayan de Oro, to enter into and sign the Memorandum of Agreement with the Center of Health Development, Northern Mindanao, represented by its Director 4, Sulpicio Henry Ligaspi Jr., covering the implementation of the health emergency allowance, sickness and death compensation, and other benefits for public and private health care workers, HCW and non-HCW, during the COVID-19 pandemic and other future health emergencies, with retroactive application starting July 1, 2021, under the terms and conditions stipulated therein. May I request, Madam Chair, Councilor Paulo Gaani be recognized.
Councilor Paulo Gaani, you recognize.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much, Majority Floor Leader. I move for the proposed ordinance number 2025-64.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve second final reading.
Second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Item 4. Proposed resolution number 2025-45, commending Kokpo, Task Force Oro, and Task Force Oro for the peaceful conduct of mass action against corruption in the city of Cagayan de Oro last September 21, 2025, subject to styling. May I request Councilor Roger Abaday be recognized.
Councilor Roger Abaday, you recognize.
Thank you very much. I move that the resolution be approved.
Any second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
Move to approve on second final reading.
Second? Objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried.
There being no other matters to attend to, Madam Chair, move for the adjournment.
Any second? Objection? Any objection? Hearing none, motion is hereby carried. The session adjourned. God bless us all.